Hi, I'm here today to talk about children being raised by single parents. If you could take a look at visual aid number 1, and I'll start off with a little story. This story is about a little girl and a little boy, both born in Des Moines, Iowa, and raised in Des Moines public school systems. The little girl was born into a family with two parents who did end up getting divorced due to unhappy marriage, and the little boy was born into a family with two parents. His parents did not get a divorce, even though they did have an unhappy marriage, because they thought that that would be better for their children. And so he was raised with two parents in the household. And if you could take a look at visual aid number 2, you will see what the children actually look like today. Nick Bisignano was the little boy, and unfortunately today he is dead. He chose to operate his vehicle while he was under the influence of alcohol, and he did crash it and end up unfortunately killing himself in that process. And you will see that the little girl is me. I graduated high school in the top 10% of my class, and I am currently pursuing an accounting degree and furthering my education that way. I'd like to start out with this story for you to show you some opposite stereotypes and statistics that might come from children being raised by single parents. Generally, you'll see some negative stereotypes and statistics coming out of that raising of a child from a single parent household. And I'm here today to outline both positive and negative stereotypes and statistics to come from that, because it's not always bad, as some might think. I'm going to go over some statistics, or some stereotypes first for you. I got these stereotypes from friends, family, and public. One is that I'm going to go over the positives first. One is that children may grow up with some negative, I'm going over the negatives first. One is that some children may grow up with some negative feelings or resentment towards their parents for putting them through a divorce. Parents might feel stressed with the obligation of raising these children alone and having that financial burden all put on them, on that one parent directly. And another is that children might grow up with less money when being raised in a single parent household because of that lack of that second income in the household. Some positive stereotypes that I have for you today is that parents are actually happier when they're raising their children outside of their unhappy marriage as opposed to being unhappy in that marriage. Another one is that children may grow up with a stronger sense of responsibility and discipline due to assuming some extra roles in the household, chores and whatnot with that. And another one is that children have stronger bonds with their parents and extended family due to some more one-on-one time with that single parent and with that extended family member or members that help that single parent. Some statistics that I found while researching single parenting and children being raised by those single parents are as follows. I'll go over the negatives first. About 85% of divorced parents have graduated high school, while less than 67% of never married parents graduated high school. And this is important because parents are a major role model in their children's life, if not the most important role model. So if they have not graduated high school, that's going to have a negative influence on that child. Of divorced parents with children living with them, 45% of those parents are living near the poverty line, while 69% of parents never married are living near the poverty line with children living with them. So clearly that's going to have a negative impact with that financial stress falling onto that child or children. Children with one parent are about 17% more likely to drop out of high school than children with two parents. And children with one parent are roughly twice as likely to be poor, have a child outside of marriage, or have behavioral or psychological problems. And those are some negative statistics that I found while researching this subject. Some positive statistics that I have learned are that 5.7% of children with single parents have substance abuse problems, while 4.5% of children with two parents have substance abuse problems. And this is very important because the gap is shown there, and it's shown not to be very big at all, and it's showing that there might be a problem elsewhere aside from how many parents are in the household. Another one is that studies prove that it's not the number of parents in the household, but whether or not the parents are biological to those children in the household when it comes to the child's grades. So this is showing that if you have two parents in the household, but one of them is not biological, your grades might not reflect as well as those who have just one biological parent in the household. So that can have a positive outlook when it comes to being raised by a single parent. And another one is that children of single parents feel that their parents are friendlier to them due to that one-on-one time and the more responsibilities given to that child. And lastly, children of single parents spend more time with their extended family. This comes directly from that extended family needing to help that child, help that parent raising that child. So as you can see, there's some both negative and positive stereotypes when it comes to children being raised by single parents, and it's not always bad. Are there any questions from the audience?
Is there a certain state or region that has more single-parent households than others?
Yes, actually I have some statistics here. In Mississippi, there's actually a 46% single-parent households in that state.
So what is the total number of households in the U.S. then?
34% of households in the U.S. are single-parent households. Is there any more questions?